Amazon với mức giá cực kỳ ưu đãi như đăng ký brand với USBTO, từ Helium 10, từ trên Scout, logistics và warehouse. Xem hình thông tin chi tiết dưới phần mô tả nhé.
Today, we've got somebody from Amazon who works on the Product Opportunity Explorer team to do a deep dive into how sellers can use this Amazon data to find new product opportunity. And there was so much good stuff in this episode that we actually had to split it into 2 episodes. How cool is that? Pretty cool, I think. Black Box by Helium 10 houses the largest database of Amazon products and keywords in the world outside of Amazon itself. We have over 2 billion products and many millions more keywords from different Amazon marketplaces, from USA to Australia to Germany and more. Use our powerful filters to search through this database for pockets of opportunity that you might want to get into with your first or next product to sell on Amazon. For more information, go to h10.me/blackbox. Don't forget you can save 10% off for life on Helium 10 by using our special code SSP10. Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Serious Sellers Podcast by Helium 10. I'm your host, Bradley Sutton, and this is the show that's a completely BS-free, unscripted, and unrehearsed organic conversation about serious strategies for serious sellers of any level in the e-commerce world. And we've got somebody who's helping serious sellers from the other side of the world. I've met her a couple times now when I've spoken at Amazon Singapore events, and I really liked her presentation on some unique things. So I'm like, hey, I want you to come on to the podcast, be the first person from Amazon Singapore on our podcast. So Eve, welcome to the show.
Thanks, Bradley, for having me here. When Bradley was at the Seller Summit this year, he literally just asked me, like, hey, do you want to come on a podcast with me? So I was like really caught off guard because my presentation was before his, right? So I was like, maybe, and now I'm here.
I don't take maybes. I don't take maybes. Take yes, that's the answer.
Yeah, when I'm in Japan and Korea for my trip, Bradley is like, when are we going to have our podcast? So it's always...
I was bothering her on her vacation.
Always on my mind.
And everything.
Yeah.
Yep. You know it. We're going to talk about that a little bit. But I want to go back. I don't know too much about like your backstory. Were you born and raised in Singapore?
Yes, born and raised in Singapore, like a true blue Singaporean.
Did you go to university also in Singapore?
Yes, in Singapore. Actually, I went to Nanyang Technological University, NTU. Yeah. Then. And
what did you study there?
Business. So now I'm helping sellers to run their business. Yeah.
There you go. And was Amazon your first job out of university, or do you work doing other things?
Actually, it is. And in fact, I was an intern here. So I actually got converted to a full-time account manager.
Living the dream. Look at that.
I guess.
University to intern to full-time employee. One of the top ones in the Product Opportunity Explorer department. Oh my goodness. What was your favorite part of your trip? You know, I love travel myself, and you went to the exact same countries that I just did recently. What did you like the most?
Wow, I actually love Mount Fuji the most. It's like so magnificent. Nice. Every time you just see it in like the pictures and everything, you're like, oh, it's just another mountain. But it just hits different when you're there yourself. And I think I was lucky because I could see the full Mount Fuji. A couple of like our colleagues, you know, like even 2. So she mentioned that she haven't had a chance to see like the full Mount Fuji before, even though she has been there a few times. So I consider myself quite lucky. And of course, the food there is great. Thanks to Bradley's suggestions.
All right. Awesome. You got to go to some of those places. I love it. Now, are you a Korean drama fan?
Of course.
Okay, so that's why, because I on the Korean, when you went to Korea, I saw you and your husband were wearing the school uniforms when you went to the photo shoots and stuff.
Yes, we actually went to have our wedding photo shoot at one of the abandoned theme parks where most of the Korean dramas are filmed there.
Nice. Real life Korean drama. All right. Well, we're not here. I mean, I could have a whole episode about Korean drama and travel for sure. Like I could have 2 episodes about that probably. But we're here to talk about some cool stuff that, I think a lot of our listeners, of course, they use Helium 10. But people don't realize is, number one, you can use Helium 10 with a lot of the amazing data that Amazon has given and have even more advantage. Or maybe you're not ready for Helium 10 yet. There's stuff that everybody, including people who don't even have brand registry yet, which by the way, everybody should have brand registry. But even if you don't, for whatever reason, there's some cool information that Amazon has available. And this is stuff that, like 6 years ago, 7 years ago, when I was first getting into Amazon, I would have never, ever, ever, ever imagined that Amazon would make this kind of data public, and it's kind of crazy, So I want to make sure that people kind of like know about this stuff. But before we get into it, I want you to quiz me, okay? All of the and people, I'm trying to like see if I have my second camera, but my second camera is not showing here. I want to prove to people I'm not going to cheat. I have nothing. Actually, I'm going to show people my screen right now. Hold on. So this is, for those watching this on YouTube, this is my screen. I'm just looking at, I'm getting ready for what we're going to talk about, Product Opportunity Explorer. But I'm not cheating at all. My hands are up here. You test me on the acronyms on a bunch of stuff that we're going to talk about today. We'll start with like OX. I know what that is. That's easy. Opportunity Explorer. So we're going to do let's see, like, I'm going to pause before I answer because I want the people listening see if they know what these abbreviations stand for. All right. So OX equals Opportunity Explorer. Give me another one.
Something that Bradley was just clarifying with me earlier on. So what is MPG?
Yeah, you see, okay, hold on. I'm glad you mentioned that. You see, you're in Singapore. Your cars go by kilometers, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so here in America, MPG, we go by miles. That means miles per gallon. Okay, like how much your gas mileage on the car. So that's why I asked you that today. So this one is kind of cheating because I already asked about that earlier because I was like, what the heck is MPG?
Yeah.
And now I already forgot. Oh, no, I got it. Marketplace product guidance?
Yes, exactly. You're right.
Yes. All right, got it. All right. How many of you guys got it right? All right, give me another one. Hit me. I think they're all easier than that one. That was the hardest one. What's another one?
Have you heard of this thing called the CLA?
Isn't that a Mercedes?
No.
Like a kind of Mercedes?
No. I can give you a hint.
CLA.
It's actually something new under Amazon Brand Analytics.
Which is an acronym in itself.
Yeah.
That's ABA, right?
Yeah. So something new that's under ABA.
Consumer? Does it start with consumer?
Close.
Customer?
Yeah, customer.
Customer. Nope, I give up. What is it?
It's Customer Loyalty Analytics.
Ah, yes, that's the new
correct,
dashboard.
correct,
yes, Customer
correct.
Loyalty Analytics.
New.
All right, what's another one? So now we've done 3. We've done OX, we've got ABA, we've got CLA. We've done 4. We got MPG. What else is out there?
Do you know what is SQP?
That's an easy one. I had that team from Amazon USA on. Anybody else know who's listening? All right, Search Query Performance. I think that's the one that everybody got right.
Yeah, I watched the episode.
You watched that episode? Do you know those people I had on the show?
To be honest, I haven't really heard of them. Amazon is pretty big, but I know they are the growth consultants, right? Based in the States.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, I think that's most of them, but yeah. we'll see if we go over some other ones today. So I wanted to get into some of these things because again, even for me, like I have not done too much the customer loyalty dashboard. But what I wanted to start talking to you about today was something else about. I'm not sure if this is the same dashboard, but before we get into it, the first thing we mentioned was OX, which is Opportunity Explorer. So what is just the kind of like elevator pitch, like you have like 30 seconds to a minute to explain to somebody in the elevator what is Opportunity Explorer. How would you describe it?
Basically, you are able to find out what are the unmet demands of US customers that are buying or searching on Amazon.com. And basically, based on the data that you have, you find new products to introduce and sell on Amazon.com.
All right. Now you say Amazon.com. I know it's in Amazon.com. That's the one that I sell in, and that's where I use it. How many other marketplaces is it available in outside of Amazon.com?
There are actually 6 more. So it's in the 5 European store, namely United Kingdom, Germany, France, Italy, Spain, and Japan. And they are trying to roll out to other European stores in near future as well. So just keep a lookout. Yeah.
And pretty much any seller with a professional account can access it without even without brand registry, right?
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
You just need to have a professional selling plan, and you can access like this golden data from Amazon.
All right, let's talk about the one I didn't know too much, which was the category insights. First of all, where in Seller Central, which menu is that even in? I'm trying to find it myself.
Actually,
here.
it's under growth. Then you can head over.
Hold on, I'm going to share my screen for those watching here on YouTube. So I go to growth.
Then marketplace product guidance.
Marketplace. Yeah. There's that MPG.
Correct.
All right,
that's the MPG. So in fact, under MPG itself, there are a couple of tools which I think we can talk about it later on. But category insights is just one of it. So
I see it right here. It's at the very top.
Yeah,
there's a button. Looks like I have got 30 of them. Okay.
Yes.
So this is based on whatever account I'm in, the kind of things that the categories that I'm in, or I have access to all categories.
You have access to all category on a browse node level. So in fact, you can see already over there. You can choose the marketplace available. So in fact, it's available. This insights is available for the US, UK, Germany, Japan store. So you can toggle to the other marketplace to view category-based insights as well.
What's the benefit of this? What should I be looking at here?
Yeah, I mean, the benefits over here is, let's say you don't really know what kind of category you want to start selling in. You roughly want to shortlist and see what is the demand for the specific browse node as well. You can use that to do your preliminary research. So I would say product research, right? So there are a couple of ways you can get started into it. So firstly, let's say if you roughly know, what kind of keyword, what kind of product you roughly want to sell, there's a search bar at the top of the item type keyword module. You can actually put in your keyword over there. Alternatively, let's say you are a blank piece of paper. You completely do not know where to start, but you just want to see what is like the hottest category in that particular marketplace. We do have a bar that you can see right over there. So that bar length actually signifies the demand in that particular marketplace. So that's how maybe...
so that means in home and kitchen, curtain is a very popular product type right now.
Exactly. Yes. So you can narrow down to curtain, and it seems like window curtain panels. It's one of like the hottest product under this product type. Yes. That's how you can roughly get an idea of where to start with. Then, of course, you can scroll down all the way to the bottom to see many other selection matrix that help you to determine whether this is something that you want to get into before you do additional research using Opportunity Explorer. Yeah.
And so is this like, this kind of popularity index? Is this based on what people are searching for, or what people are buying, or just in, a combination of both? Or how should I view this, this like scale here? Yeah,
this is like, I guess it's like a combination. So in fact, actually, when you scroll down, it will exactly tell you roughly what is like the unit sold, what is the net sales for this particular item type keyword that you have narrowed down across like the different window periods that you want to see. So there can be like 7 days, 30 days, 90 days, 12 months. Yeah.
Oh, wow. Man, window window curtain panels are flying off the shelves at Amazon.
Yeah, exactly.
Who would have thought that? That's crazy. Glance views. Let's see. What does it say? It says sum of glance views received across these. What's a glance view?
That means who are basically viewing asins. How many asins within this item type keyword are being viewed in the United States for the past whichever month that you have filtered by. Yeah.
Interesting. So I'm still scrolling here, and I know a lot of people are just listening. They can't see what I'm seeing on my screen, but we've got here search to purchase ratio, return ratio, the reasons for returns, number of new ASINs, 26 million ASINs in this. What in the world? Exactly. That must be.
That's why the bar length is extremely long for this particular item type keyword. Yeah. So it doesn't mean that it's longer. It's something that you want to go into. So, but it's just another consideration for you. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. In the FAQ down here, it says, what is demand? We identify demand considering 300 demand factors. Obviously, we're not going to go into the 300, but there's a lot of stuff that is going in here. Is there anything else or is there anything here that you think really kind of like sticks out? Like, hey, if I'm a seller and I'm looking for a new product, this is something that I should be looking at.
Actually, for me, it'll just be like 3 key things that usually I'll like to highlight to my sellers. So number 1 is actually the search to purchase ratio. So they want to see roughly what is the demand like, how many people will convert. Let's say if I run advertising, what will be the ROI like? So that will give them a gauge, right, when they do their own calculations. Number 2 is the return ratio. We know how well the return and exchanges policy Amazon is. So this is something that you probably want to factor in when you do your profit and loss analysis at the very start. Maybe it's something that you want to bake in as part of your expenditure, right? Because not all returns will allow you to get like a full reimbursement. So usually I will advise seller to consider that as an expense from the very get-go for this particular product. Then the other one that I typically like to highlight are actually the features. Right? If you scroll all the way to the bottom, it shows you a couple of matrices like price, pattern, color, room type, etc. So it essentially already tells you what are the products typically purchased at like which price range. And maybe in this case, people like to buy solid curtains that are blue in color and they like to place it in their bedroom. So maybe when you want to sell window curtain panels, maybe you want to sell specifically bedroom curtain panels. And in fact, within your listing, this is something that you might want to highlight specifically is for bedroom use. So yeah, these are some of the ways that you can, in a sense, give you an overall or initial understanding of how you should position your product, within this category.
Interesting. I'm looking here. There's patterns. I don't even know what it means. Ombre. Like, what the heck is an ombre pattern? Do you know what that means?
It's like different color, then it's like a bit faded, then you
okay, you do know what I mean. I don't know. Okay, there we go. Like there's interesting. I just discovered a product type I didn't even realize existed. All right, so this is, I think this one is one of the newer kids on the block that not a lot of sellers have been using. So guys, this is good if you're selling right now, you want to look into some numbers for your category, or you just want to explore some new ideas. Now let's hop into the one that's been around a little bit longer, but seems like it's being constantly updated over the last year or so. A lot of new features, and that's the Opportunity Explorer. So I'm sharing my screen again.
Anh chị đang bán hàng trên Amazon. Skyrock cung cấp các dịch vụ dành cho các nhà bán hàng trên Amazon với mức giá cực kỳ ưu đãi. Như đăng ký brand với USBTO, tuần theo link thêm, tuần chơi Go Scout, lược quyết tích và warehouse. Xem hình thông tin chi tiết dưới phần mô tả nhé.
It says here I can search by keyword or ASIN. So let's go over a use case. So what use case are you going to give? What pretend situation are you going to give me right now, and we can walk people through it?
Yeah. In fact, right, maybe I can just introduce to you how you can roughly use Opportunity Explorer even without searching for keywords or ASINs. So recently, if you see, the dashboard has been updated, where there are many more recommendations within it, such as recently viewed niche, similar niche from the category that you're selling in. So let's say if you're already an existing seller, they'll recommend you potential products that you can sell. What are the increasing searches, decreasing searches, and many more recommendations. So sometimes if you completely do not know what to sell, you just want a second opinion, do check out the dashboard over there.
There's a product that looks pretty cool I'm seeing right now, a book Nook Reading Valet. Never in my life have I seen this product, but it seems to be getting popular. Okay, so without even clicking anything or typing anything in, you can get some product ideas here. All right, what else?
Exactly. On top of that, I think we can just move on to quickly just showing an example of how we can shortlist or decide how to narrow down on what niche we should sell. Because, you know, if you have been using Opportunity Explorer for a while now, you'll know that, let's say, when you type in a particular keyword within the search bar, sometimes it'll show you multiple customer needs. Maybe what I can share over here within this podcast is how can you shortlist the customer needs or like the niche are being offered, so that you'll be able to do further research based on that. So mainly is to see how we can narrow down your searches.
Okay.
Yeah. Maybe for a start, we could just key in shower curtain sets in the search bar.
Shower curtain set. Got it.
Yeah. So I think in general, I would just like to introduce like 4 different use cases where people can best filter or shortlist products when you arrive at this page over here, depending on your business objective and your goals, what you're trying to achieve out of here. And these 4 use cases are actually built together with sellers. So I'm sure it will be relevant to some of the people who are viewing this podcast. Yeah. Okay, so the first one would be, how can you identify, ASINs or in fact niche that are high in search volume and has fewer offers from other sellers. So over here, I would just like to highlight that if you want to review that, filter by the search volume column as well as the top click products. Oh, actually, you'll be able to see it within the niche page already. Yeah,
Okay.
there's the up and down button, so you can just filter accordingly into ascending.
The total
correct.
Total search volume sorted by that.
You can sort by that.
Okay, got it.
Yeah. So sometimes,
by the way, everybody listening, if you guys are on your computer, I want everybody to do this. Like literally every seller can be doing this together with us. If you're driving your car or riding your bicycle, please don't try and do anything and get in an accident. But if you're in front of your computer, what we did was I went to the Seller Central menu bar. I hit growth and I hit product opportunity explorer. And now I'm right here in the product opportunity explorer. I entered in shower curtain set where it says search by keyword. And now I'm on the very page, and everybody probably, depending on, when you're looking at this, it might, look a little different if you're listening to this like 2 months later, but it's basically going to be the same thing as what I'm looking at. And I just hit under the search volume column, I sorted it by the total search volume over the last 360 days. And now it's in descending order. And now what should I do?
Yeah. So another thing that we should focus on is also how many top click products are there, right? So you'll be able to know how many selections are available. Is it too crowded or is there still opportunity, right? So usually, let's say if you do like a keyword search, sometimes they'll offer you many results. In this case, I think there are about 39. So sometimes you need to click into the second page to view more results. So in this case, sometimes I'll recommend sellers to click the download button at the top right corner so that they'll be able to transfer the results into Excel sheet to further shortlist. But in this case, maybe we can just take a look at the screen that Bradley have shown. So at one glance, you'll be able to see, for instance, we do have like shower curtains that's at like where the search volume for the past 360 days is like 53 million. And the number of top click products available is 61, which is, it seems decent compared to many other customer needs, which are above 100. Or 285.
Yeah,
so
I see one that's 300 almost.
Yes.
And now again, this means, if I'm not mistaken, the last time I was studying this, I mean, actually it did change. Before, this number of top click products meant how many products it takes to get 80% of all the clicks in this niche. But now, isn't it like 90% or something like that?
Yes, it is 90% now. Okay. So 90% of the search and purchased products. Yeah.
Got it.
Correct.
Yeah, and so yeah, that is a big difference. Like a 61, and then 2 down here, there's Christmas bathroom decor, 3 million search volume only, but 300 top click products. So that means it's like a wide open.
Too many
kind of
people
like
are going into it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I mean, seasonality also plays a fact, right? The one that you saw is actually Christmas bathroom decor. It might be because everybody just want to jump on the bandwagon and just sell Christmassy stuff. So even though the growth is like 2,000+%, it may not be something that you want to go into, right? Especially if you haven't already launched. Okay, so that's just 2 metrics that I want to highlight first. Let's say if you just want to explore, products that have high search volume and have like decent selections available, that's like still opportunities to go into. So these 2 metrics, you can look at that. Then another one that I wanted to highlight is actually the search volume growth, which I briefly talked about it earlier. So it doesn't mean that, the growth is 2,934% like you see for the Christmas bathroom decor. It's definitely something that you go into. You need to consider like the seasonality. Is it appropriate for you to go into it right now, right? Of course, at the same time, you need to take a look at the search volume. There are instances whereby maybe the search volume is only 60,000. but then the growth is like 7,000. So even if it grows by 7,000, it doesn't mean much because the search volume is too small. So it's important for you to find like a healthy balance between like the search volume that you want to see, as well as the growth percentage you are looking at to find like trendy products.
Now it says here growth past 180 days. So does that mean it's taking like what? Like just the day search volume compared to 180 days ago, or like this month's compared to 6 months ago, or what is this percentage representing?
So this is like past 180 days, like based on like the day, because we refresh the opportunity dashboard like on a weekly cadence, right? So it's constantly being refreshed.
Yeah, and most of these I'm seeing are like kind of seasonal. You know, I see Thanksgiving bathroom set, and then I see Halloween and Grinch. You know, it's kind of like a Christmassy thing. Aha! Here's one that's not necessarily Gothic. You know, I'm in that niche because of my coffin shelf, right? Gothic shower curtain. That could be a possible. Well, here's something my daughter would love. Hello Kitty bathroom set is growing 27%. Dallas I don't know who likes Dallas Cowboys anymore, but our orange shower curtain is getting up. All right, this is interesting stuff.
Yeah.
All right.
Actually, there are another tool which I think it's also quite important that I would like to share also. So the third one will actually be looking at the average price of the product that you want to sell. Because sometimes you know, when you want to sell a particular product, you want to earn a certain amount of margin, right? If the cost of the product is already, let's say, example, $10, including all the different fees, ideally, maybe you want to sell something that is maybe in the $30 range, so that you'll be able to earn a healthy margin, so that you'll be able to factor in the promotional discounts that you'll give and advertisement spend that you'll be able to make, right? So in this case, what I recommend you to do is to hit on the filter results button, which is on the left-hand side. And you can actually filter the average price to, maybe you can put $30. Minimum 30.
Minimum 30, okay.
And let's take a look at what's the result. Yes.
Okay.
Oh, there's only one.
Only the Dallas Cowboys. People are paying lots of money for these stinking Dallas Cowboys.
Correct. So
I love it. Okay.
That can be something that you can filter by if, let's say, you have a target margin that you want to work with, especially if you already got a quotation from like your manufacturer. This is something that you can work backwards on to see whether this is feasible for you to get started on.
Okay.
Correct. Then the next one is pretty similar to this, but what it actually tells you would be the annualized niche. That means your annualized opportunity. Sometimes sellers will tell me, for instance, I want to earn 30,000 in a year. I know it's quite little, but for new sellers, maybe it's a good stretch. But sometimes they'll tell me I want to sell $30,000 for this particular category. But after we search on Opportunity Explorer, we found that there's insufficient demand within this category they want to sell in order to hit the $30,000, right? If the average unit sold it's not enough on average, you won't be able to hit your goal. So you may need to have another strategy. Either you launch like multiple selections in order to hit your goal, or you pivot to sell in another category. So how are you able to find out your annualized opportunity? You can do it through filtering the results as well. Maybe you can click on filter results again.
Okay.
Maybe let's set the average price to $15.
Average price 15. All right.
Then let me calculate. Assuming, let's say, I want to earn $20,000. Okay, just put 1,500 units.
So average units sold, put 1,500. Got it. And then we've got shower, just regular shower curtain, just customer shower need curtain. Of the niche.
Yeah,
got it.
Correct. So maybe you need to explore selling something within this niche, that's something that you'll be able to meet the customer's demand. Later, we'll talk about how we innovate products, looking at the niche page. But basically, this is like the opportunity you need to start with. Let's say if you want to hit that certain unit sold, as well as the price that you want to sell. Yeah. So you need to work backwards based on your goal.
Cool. All right. So, you know, like let's say I go through a whole bunch of these keywords and I come out with a few or something, you know, like whether I'm doing this or I'm doing helium 10, the next step is usually like a validation.
Correct.
You know, like, all right, here's what it looks cool, but then I can't just it's time to go to Alibaba and source it. And like, there's some more steps. So how can Product Opportunity Explorer help with validating my ideas?
Correct. I think maybe you can click into a niche, maybe the shower curtains one, since you're at that page already. So within the niche page itself, you'll find that there are multiple tabs that give you further insights on a particular niche detail that you're at, like product insights, search term insights, trends, and there's something
I'm seeing brand new things here I've never seen before.
There's something that I wanted to share.
Purchase drivers and returns. Look at that.
Correct. So yeah, these are like a few other things you can take note of in order to validate your product and also to see how you can innovate your product. So maybe I can go through like the different tabs quickly to see what are the key metrics that you should take note of. Okay, so the very first one would be like the products tab. So over here, you'll be able to see what are like the top purchase product, right? Whenever people key in the search term shower curtains, for instance. So over here, you'll be able to view basically the similar ASINs. You'll be able to see what they are selling at, who is actually having the most click share. And what's useful about this, you'll be able to click into the specific product title in order to find out more information about this popular product, right?
Oh, wow.
Correct.
Okay.
So over here, if you scroll all the way down, because like some of the product matrix available at the top, you'll be able to see it from revenue calculator. But what's useful is if you look at the bottom, there's this section called the niche product appears in. So that means this product is popular not just in shower curtains, but these few other niche as well, right? So this is just something for you to take note of. Maybe when you want to sell something similar to this, you can also do kind of like a cross analysis across the other similar niche that are listed over here as well. Or maybe take a look at the top search term there as well.
And this is kind of like, I would imagine like, for some people might view this as a good sign that it's in multiple niches. Like it's not just only getting sales in this shower curtain niche, but it's got one for non-toxic shower curtain liner, green bathroom decor. That's a very broad keyword. So interesting. Okay, cool. Cool. All right, what else? Okay. What's next?
So the other one is actually the customer review insights that is specific for this ASIN. Previously, I've always heard from my seller, they're still doing it the manual way. They'll go to like a similar ASIN, they'll comb through manually like all the customer reviews, but you actually don't have to do it. Everything is all summarized within Opportunity Explorer. So at one glance, you'll be able to know what's good about this product and what's bad. And what's bad about this product is an opportunity for you to innovate your product, to make it even better. And maybe you might even open up like a unique like market demand for this kind of product that you are offering in the future. For instance, over here, I think one of the negative review actually mentioned that the color is not what they wanted, right? So maybe the photos that you take in the future, maybe you have to cross-check with real-life images to make sure that they match to a certain extent as much as possible, right? So that customers will be more assured of the product they will be getting. They won't leave negative reviews. Or maybe another one would be, for instance, water resistant. They mentioned that this shower curtain is not water resistant at all, which is very strange. I mean, shower curtains is supposed to be water resistant, right? So this is something maybe you need to work on with your manufacturer to ensure that it's indeed water resistant.
This umbrella is not water resistant.
Which is,
quite
funny.
Your problem.
Yes. So these are just some of the things you can take note from here. Then maybe we can go back to the other tabs quickly. Okay, so maybe I can just go through the search term tab. Okay, so over here, you'll be able to, again, it gives you different metrics such as the search volume growth, count, the demand in terms of conversion and click share for all the different search terms. So over here, you'll be able to sort For instance, by the different matrix you want to see, it can be search conversion, because you want to see which search term is giving like much more conversion for like the product that you want to sell, shower curtains, bathroom curtains. Sometimes the search term over here can even give you insights on how you can develop your product to make it even better. So for instance, I see over here, when I filter by search conversion, one of the top search term is actually cloth shower curtain. So, I mean, it's not water resistant, maybe because there are people who like cloth shower curtain. So maybe that's why this product is still selling well, even though it's not water resistant. Maybe this is something that you need to take note of. And because in fact, it's one of the search term that leads to highest search conversion.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but this, like the search volume and conversion, is this basically the same as search query performance, but not the same as brand analytics currently, right? Like brand analytics, I believe, like for top 3 click might be something different, or it has to be something different probably because this is not even a week, you know, like this is showing 360 days, right?
Yeah, correct.
Okay.
Explorer should match with the search query performance.
Search query performance.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Interesting.
Yeah.
These are some pretty low search conversions here. Like some of this is 0.05. Oh my god, like nobody.
Not as great.
Wait, 0.05. That's like 1 out of every 1,000.
Yeah, it's quite.
So something crazy. Like less than. Because 1% is 1 out of every 100. 0.1% is 1. No, that's like 1 out of every 5,000. Oh my goodness
Basically,
gracious.
the conversion is quite bad. It means that it might be quite, competitive, I would say, because there are like wide a range of selections available, which is why maybe, let's say, if you even want to run advertising, it might be more costly to win the bid. Right. So this might be a consideration. Maybe it might be a little too tough for you to get into, right? It's just a signal for you to know.
All right, guys, we're going to have to cut the episode here because there's just too much good stuff. So make sure to come back in the next episode. We're going to go more into brand analytics, the new customer loyalty dashboard, and a whole bunch of things more. We'll see you in the next episode.
Anh chị đang bán hàng trên Amazon. Skyrock cung cấp các dịch vụ dành cho các nhà bán hàng trên Amazon với mức giá cực kỳ ưu đãi như đăng ký brand với USBTO, từ Thailand, từ trên Scout, lược, tích và warehouse. Xem thêm thông tin chi tiết dưới phần mô tả nhé.